From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, the show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boog, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and relax because this guy's about to put on a show.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about ready to go. And on the hill here today, Jesus Luzardo. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Hauls it in for the out. And time now for the Marlins lineup. It's Singy against the southpaw on the mound. The Skippers loaded this lineup with righty bats.
Certainly following the conventional wisdom here, Boo. That extra split second can make a big difference for a hitter. So these righty batters will need to take advantage and make this tactical move pay off.
Now it's going to be Garrett Mitchell. The lefty ready and a 1-1. Fought off foul. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Stevenson makes the grab. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Griffin Conine now at the plate. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. On the run, sends it over to first. Nicely done for the out. Nothing doing for the Marlins. So now the Phillies offense will see what they can do. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Philadelphia and towing the slab, Valente Beozo. What do you have on him, Chris?
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation. You've got to have people round things out, and not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2 every outing or every season. But last year, he gave his team an opportunity and a chance to win every time he took the mound on average. And when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
There's a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. Let's see if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
So up next, Johan Rojas. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
And strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Two out, space is empty.
First 2 hitters get punched out on strikes. Take some notes from the dugout. When you get your chance, go up there and hit the ball hard somewhere.
Got him. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back at Citizens Bank Park, leading off, Connor Norby. Slice to right, and foul ball. Hard ground ball, base knock.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Derek Hill, the next up for the Marlins. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, but it's not in time, and they just get 1. And up next for Miami, Jesus Sanchez. Hill, the base runner at first with 1 out.
If he were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Sanchez matched a homer in his last game. Got him swinging. Goes to second, save, and he's into scoring position with 2 away on a wild pitch. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now here is Dane Myers. And he grounds 1 to the right side. Stott over to first in time. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. So they can't do anything with the leadoff single there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. No score. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. It'll bring up JT Realmuto. Realmuto went deep in his most recent game. And now it's 1-2. Up the middle. Throw off line. He's safe. And a nice job there to keep it from getting away.
See, Boog, that right there, that's a perfect example of why he shouldn't be out there at that position. He clearly isn't comfortable. He doesn't look fluid. His footwork's all over the place, and just can't make that throw to beat the runner.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Swings and misses. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace, it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
Now batting Max Kepler.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs 1 more out.
2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. So 1 hit is all they get. We played 2 full. We're tied 0-0. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. Line drive, base hit right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Nick Fortes. Hit on the ground, might be 2. 1 at second, out. Relay to first, double play.
Oh man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Jonah Bride, the next up for the Marlins. Top of the third, no score. Line drive, makes the play, and it's out number 3. And the Marlins down quietly, and we're still knotted at 0. Back here in Philadelphia, set for the bottom of the third, and now Weston Wilson. The 1-1 is fouled off. Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boog. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Cal Stevenson stands in for the Phillies. Next pitch is downstairs.
3 balls, 1 strike.
One out, base is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. So that will bring up the top of the order with 1 away.
Love how he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So the batting order turns over. This is Bryson Stott. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Tries to make the play, but it's foul. Stevenson leads off first with 1 away. See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Johan Rojas. Runner takes off. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Swing and a miss, struck him out. On to first, in time. So the drop third strike doesn't hurt him, and that's that. 1 hit, 1 left. On to inning number 4. No score. New inning getting started. Now here's the Marlins DH, Garrett Mitchell. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Tosses across to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Griffin Conine, the next up for the Marlins. That one is absolutely belted. That's back there. And it one-hops the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one. Now let's see if they can put up the first run of the game.
Go ahead run on base. Here's the third baseman, Connor Norby. Ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first. Just got him, and he was burning up the baseline. Derek Hill, the next up for the Marlins. The 2-1. That's hard hit on the line. Drops into the glove, and that's the third out. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. And midway in the fourth, we're tied 0-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Alec Bohm. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
On its way to the corner, and that will drop foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Got him on the off-balance throw. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting, catcher,
JT Realmuto steps in. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
Yeah, and because he's got the big arm, he pays attention to the running game and is sure to manage it.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
When you have a catcher that can throw like that, a pitcher doesn't have to worry as much about the slide step. He can keep his mechanics intact and have a better opportunity of getting that hitter out with a swing and miss.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Brandon Marsh stands in for the Phillies. 2 down, nobody on. Ripped on a line to center. And that is that. Phillies down in order, and we are still scoreless. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. And the lefty kicks, delivers. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
And there's 1 down. And at the plate for Miami, Dane Myers. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. Agustin Ramirez, the next up for the Marlins. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a foul out of play. On the ground, right side. finds its way through, base hit. The throw in. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Really protecting with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And now, Nick Fortes. Line drive to short and caught. And now it's going to be Jonah Bride.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Base hit center field. In comes the first run of the game as the Marlins take the lead.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Garrett Mitchell, the next up for the Marlins. And that's a little bit high. And the count is 3-1. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Activity in the bullpen. Jordan Romano up and throwing. Banks warming up as well. 1st and 2nd, 2 down. And we're at the top of the 5th. And that's ripped for a base hit. Ramirez rounds 3rd, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 2-zip.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
1st and 2nd, 2 outs. And now for the Marlins, Griffin Kona. And he chases a high fastball there. Ripped to short. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Marlins 2 and the Phillies nothing. And we're back. Max Kepler at the plate.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
That's towards center. Hill on his way over. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 1 down.
The first baseman, number 2.
Cody Clemens stands in for the Phillies. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield.
Well, patience and discipline paid off right there as he got into an advantage count. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
Weston Wilson stands in for the Phillies. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, the left fielder, Cal Stevenson.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Cal Stevenson. Ground ball left side, and it goes just foul. 2 outs. That one the other way. They get the force, and that is the inning. 1 left for Philadelphia. They're still down. It's 2-zip. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Jordan Romano.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, the batter now, Connor Norby. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? Up the middle, and he knocks it down. No throw, and the defense comes away with nothing. Man at first, and now the center fielder, Derek Hill. On the ground to third. Sneaks through, base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you enough.
And here is Jesus Sanchez. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Rojas under this one. Hauls it in, and there's one away. Next is the speedy first baseman, Dane Myers.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
2 on, 1 out. And a foul ball.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change speeds. Keep him off balance. That's the goal.
Norby, the lead runner, out at second. Hill at first. 1 gone. This one kicks away from Real Muto. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance. And here's the catcher, Agustin Ramirez. Ground ball to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Marlins 2 and the Phillies nothing. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Well, we go bottom 6. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. Check swing, and he went. And the count 1 and 2.
Ball, 2 strikes.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
Got him swinging.
Oh, tough night at the dish. Punching out for the 3rd time right there. He just hasn't looked very comfortable at the plate. A little unsure of his timing right now. Not picking up the spin and location of these pitches. He'll have some adjustments to make.
And here comes Alec Boehm. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Hill on the move. He's got it, and that'll do it. Out of the bullpen for the Phillies, Orion Kerkering. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Now it's the shortstop, Nick Fortes.
Nick Fortes.
The 1-1. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. Tosses to first, and a quick out, number 1.
Now that's second baseman, Jonah.
Now it's the second baseman, Jonah Bride. One down, base is empty. That's out to center field. Rojas hauls it in, and there's 2 away. Two outs, base is empty. Stepping in, Garrett Mitchell. Hit hard on the ground to short. Whips it to first. That ends the frame. And 1, 2, 3 go the Marlins. They're up 2-0. New pitcher on now, Cal Quantrill.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Quantrill winds and deals. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
That one off the mark, and the count is even, 2-2. Headed down the line, and no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. That one hit to right. Fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. Around second is Real Muto. And he makes it into third with a leadoff triple. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
And now, Brandon Marsh. The tying run at the plate. In the air, right field. Makes the grab. Runner tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly, and a 2-1 ball game now.
Well, that's a quality at bat right there. You know the situation. You need something in the air and deep enough, and that's exactly what he did. Good pass to the baseball.
Max Kepler stands in for the Phillies. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
And a swing and a miss. And now 2 gone.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
And now for the Phillies, Cody Clemens. Looking to get the tying run on base. Swing and a miss. Struck him out at a splitter. So they get 1 run on 1 base hit. No errors. No one left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Marlins 2 and the Phillies 1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Jose Alvarado.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
So digging in, Griffin Conine. On the ground, right side. Stop. Throws to first. First out in the top of the 8th. Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. And that misses. Now 2 balls and a strike. One down, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and they don't get the out. Man at first with one gone. Derek Hill, the next up for the Marlins. Grounded to third. Could be two. Feeds to second. Out there. And that's two. One hit in the inning, but no one left. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the Marlins 2 and the Phillies 1. Calvin Fauché comes on now.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
This one ripped, but foul to the right. And just misses with that one.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Good eye in that spot.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Cal Stevenson in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. And it beats him for the first out after the drop third strike.
Pretty big strikeout right there to start this 8th inning. Down 1. Any leadoff base runner really makes this inning a bit more interesting. But now this offense has to switch from possibly trying to manufacture a run to needing to run into something or just try to string multiple hits together to get a run across the plate.
So up next, Cal Stevenson. Grounds one to short. Low throw. Pick. He's safe. And it looks like they might end up challenging this one. Very close play, and we will take another look as well.
I couldn't tell in live action, that's for sure. And, you know, the umpire is so much closer to the play, and he thought he beat the throw, so we'll see.
Well, they are going to challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires at the replay center back in New York. Another look at it. Singer, are you seeing enough to change the call?
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, it's close, but I think after looking at it a few times, we can see that this guy's probably out, and could be a good use of the challenge right here.
Looks like we've got an answer, and he's out. They took a chance with the challenge, and it paid off for him. And here's the Phillies leadoff man, Bryson Stott. And a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and that is that. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left. Through 8 full, it's the Marlins 2 and the Phillies 1. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Tanner Banks.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now into the ball game on defense, Edmundo Sosa. He's in at shortstop.
Number 33.
Well, 1-run game, and now here is Jesus Sanchez. Ground ball right side. Stott over to first in time. Now 1 gone in the 9th.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
Dane Myers, the next to hit. One-run game here in the top of the 9th. This one smoked. Could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And up next for Miami, Agustin Ramirez. That one almost got him. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, A.J. Minter. The left-handed reliever appears to be getting loose. Ross, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Hard on the ground to first. And he handles it himself for the out. Nick Fortes, the next up for the Marlins.
Well, bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run, and the number 9 guy at the plate. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that should be extra bases. In comes the run from third, and they lead by 2.
Got the job done to put him up by 2. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So digging in, Jonah Bride. Man on second, 2 down. Well struck left field. That one back. Makes the catch on the edge of the track. Marlins get a run on the RBI double. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Andrew Nardi on to try and close it out.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
And a swing and a miss there.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
Hey, look, we'll see how it factors in. I just can't emphasize how much that insurance run in the top of the 9th means. I mean, just such a big difference mentally when you're chasing 2 runs instead of 1. Well, Boog, I'll tell you, when he goes to look at the video of that pitch, he's going to want to punch himself. That slider had hit me written all over it, and clearly he just got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
He's 2 outs away. And now it's Alec Bohm. Base is empty, 1 away. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. To third. And that's a foul ball. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And they're down to their last out.
No, it's kind of tough right here. Closer comes in and he strikes out the first 2 hitters. It's hard not to feel defeated and that this is going to go quickly. But you got to go up there, maybe try to find a way to choke up on the bat, spread out, put the ball in play, and maybe you can extend this inning.
Nardi is just 1 strike away. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 2-run game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Foul tip into the mid, struck him out. and that is the ball game.
It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, they looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for this series.
And your final 3-1 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long